One of the next things that you're going to want to do to set up is emails. So we have two types of emails. We have alerts. These are, for the most part, ones that are sent to you to notify you of things customers are doing, like if they auto book an event, or if they make a payment, sign a contract, whatever it is you want. This is the area that is you can control that in. So most likely you're going to want to turn them all on, and so you can just turn them off as you get annoyed or don't need them. But you just come in and hit mark it as active and hit save. You don't need to put an email address in as long as you're okay with it going to your company email that you have set up here under account preferences. But if you want it to go to an additional email or a different one or something like that, you can do that. Sales rep, this is really if you're just using our workers add-on and you've got alerts that you want to go to this particular sales rep for that event. So like I said, most of the alerts are going to you or to a worker. The only exception here is this wind alert. It can go to a customer. And the main thing here with these alerts is you can't customize them. So they're just how we've designed them. So we have a whole nother section called Email Center. And primarily these are ones that go to your customers, and you can customize any of these. There are a few that can be sent out to workers or vendors based on different things. Like I think we have a couple here for notifying workers about their upcoming shift and stuff like that. And again, that's part of our workers add-on. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to need to come in here and turn on automatic emails. And so we have a couple different kinds here. We have manual emails, like this customer contract one. This is one you're going to use a lot. And it just simply sends a link to the customer saying, hey, you need to sign and pay for your event. And we have these things here, which we call variables, but they'll replace them with the specific details. But if you wanted to personalize this one some, you can add your own variable here, and you can say, hey, CT first name. So this will say, dear Chris, please sign this, right? If you want to know the list of variables here, you can hit help info. We got a link here that'll show you what all the variables are. And you can use the asterisks or the percent signs. So here's an example of what I was trying to do. Customer first name, Beth would be what it prints out. You can test any of these by putting your email in here and hit send a test to make sure it looks good. You're going to want to do that before you save things. But for the most part, what you're going to want to do is for most of these auto emails going to the customer, they all start with customer dash and they'll say type automatic. And you can even filter over here and say, I just want to see the automatic ones. You're going to want to come through and turn them all on. The only exception is probably event reminders 2 and 3. You most likely only need one to go out. And this will just remind them about details before you guys show up. One of the most important emails that you're going to want to turn on, automatic ones, is the yearly reminder. So this is a way to get people that booked with you last year to book again. We also have one called, I believe it's recent quote customer created. And this is a good one that can go out a day later if they haven't booked or you haven't upgraded their event. This one can send out and try to get them to increase the booking. So feel free to tweak these things as you need to. If you need some help, let us know. You can also send, so like I said, there's automatic email and there's manual emails. So the manual ones are ones you'll send out on leads as you're working with them, but you can still customize that template in here. So the main ones you'll be using for manual emails are probably the, let me filter here to see, type manual. Customer contract and customer quote. So these are ones that a lot of companies will use. So you might want to tweak those a little bit. You can also send newsletters through here. And so this is a great time of the year to actually set up all your newsletters for the coming year. So you could say, let's get a 4th of July special email going on, start sending it out at the beginning of June. And so what you can do here is you can say category, newsletter. This is the start sending date. Let me collapse this here. I'm going to start sending it in June. And, give it a name, 4th of July newsletter. And then, specials for the 4th, right? And what I would recommend doing is, if you're not good at writing emails and coming up with designs, is hire someone who is good at it. to design one of them for you. And then you can use that design for all your other newsletter templates. And so the main thing is you want to make sure that you've got some pictures of like new inventory you've got or whatever, you know, and then you want to have a link where they can get to your either to your website or to your quote form where they can book, get bookings. So if you're going to use your website, you just type it in and make sure you hyperlink it. So you might say, see our latest specials, right? And then you can highlight it and hit this link button, and then you can put your URL to your website in here. And again, always test these before you send it. And another thing that's really important with newsletters is that once you hit the active button, it'll start sending your whole customer database, depending on the date here. So you don't want to activate it until you finish designing it. So yeah, I would recommend spending the winter to set some of these up now. That was the basics I wanted to go over with those emails.